Hey everybody, Jim here from Clockwork Industries. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a review and unboxing video for the Cooler Master Liquid Light 120 all-in-one cooler, as well as the new Masterfan Pro 120s. I have 5 air balanced and 1 airflow fan. So I think the air balanced ones are supposed to be more of a silent type fan. The airflow is supposed to be one of the, high airflow fans. Either way, for the application of this build and, overall, I mainly shoot for aesthetics anyway, so I'm not quite worried about CFM on my radiators. For now, we're just gonna take a look at what I have here. The Master Liquid Light will be my kind of review cooler, so I can swap out in and out. Eventually this Pro 6 build will become a fully water-cooled system with a bunch of Primo Chill hardware and I think some Swiftech as well. So if you've been watching my other reviews, this is kind of like I have 4 review videos going on at one time, all in the build process of getting this thing up and running, and I'm gonna get the OS on it, get to testing some of the hardware features that come with software. Luckily, the MSI Z270 motherboard has a control hub software, so theoretically I should be able to control the RGBs on all of my devices within the computer based off of that program. I should be able to control these RGB fans, the RGB solid state from ZADAC, and the RGB memory from ZADAC 511, as well as peripherals and things like that. But we're gonna take a look at the RGB on these fans. So this thing is gonna be an RGB monster. The good thing is, with the control software, I'll be able to zero in on the colors I specifically need. I really want to gear this build towards a Game of Thrones Winter is Coming type project. With that, I want to do a white and blue kind of theme. So hopefully everything meshes and that ends up being a theme. If not, we'll take it from there. But if with that kind of theme, I don't want strobe lights of RGB rainbows, it's not going to match anything. But the convenience to me of RGB, as I've said in other videos, being able to put in one set of light and select the color I want to use, and say I have a theme that is white and blue. I can say, okay, well, I want white lights right now, or at this show, I want to put blue lights on. If I want to contrast with the coolant, say I got blue coolant, I want the white lights. If I got white coolant, I want the blue lights, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do now is pop open this Master Light box first, get the all-in-one on the motherboard, and get the motherboard installed in the system. Okay, so we have everything installed and wired up. The RGB controller. Actually, I really like this about it. It has a magnetic base, so basically I could stick it on anywhere that there's metal. The only downside, really, that I see about it overall is that there's so many wires, but with RGB, there's no other way around that. So that's gonna be the detriment of all RGB is when you have 20 fans, you're gonna have your power cables that go off to here and your RGB control cables off to here. When I do the actual wires for this build, they'll be all custom sleeved, cut to size, so this is just a test setup to get everything up and operational. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get Windows 10 installed and get the MSI software plugged in, test out all the lights and make sure everything's running functional. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that on there now, and I will see you back at the home screen. Okay guys, so before we wrap up this video, I want to go over the Cooler Master all-in-one cooler, also the controller that comes with the Cooler Master Master Fan to control your RGBs even if you do not have RGB control through your motherboard. This is a feature that I didn't even notice at first, but it is extremely cool. So the good thing about these fans and coming with this controller is that it doesn't require a motherboard that has RGB control. So if you are lacking RGB control on your motherboard, don't worry because Cooler Master has you covered with this controller. I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison here with the software in a minute and kind of show you a couple of the different features that the controller offers, what it actually does to the fan, because I haven't seen RGB control like this. Now MSI's integrated software is very nice. It has multiple different settings, different effects. What this Cooler Master one actually lets you do, and I haven't seen this and it's really unique to the fan, is it allows you to change the frequency at which the LEDs pulse. So you can technically get the LEDs to pulse at the rate of the fan speed as it spins, creating some really cool effects that you can't really get on other devices because it doesn't really matter on those, because it really has to do with the fans, because you're getting this effect based on the frequency at which the LED pulses and the RPM of the fan. So through the different settings, the one is called Mirage, and it actually will go between colors or do multiple colors at the same time, and at the same time pulsing so rapidly that you really can't see with your eye, but because it's bouncing that pulse of light off of the fan blade, you get really cool effects on the fans. And really, after seeing this, I don't think I want to cover these fans up with a grill or anything. I might do some kind of grill that's like opened up so you can see the fan. I'll probably come up with some kind of unique design for that so I can make sure I show this off, because I want this to be seen from the outside of the case for sure. I'm going to bring you in close on the software here, and then I'll also have a split screen to my other camera here filming directly on the fan so I can show you side by side of what's actually happening as you control it. Okay, so here we are in Cooler Master's control software. You can download this on Cooler Master's website, and I'll put a link down in the description for it. So it shows you your controller here. What it'll do is, I'm in the setting right here down the bottom right called Mirage. Right now at the setting that I have it, you can see the fan is like slowly spinning backwards. As I change the frequency, now it's spinning forward quickly, and you can continuously change it to get the desired effect that you want. You can see there that I caught the blade at that pulsing right there, and there's so many different options with this down as you move down the scroll bar. It will also allow you, oh, that one looks really sweet right there too. And you can change the colors with this as well. And it'll also allow you to do multiple colors, and it'll, like that one right there, the slow chopping spin. There's another one. So what you can also do is color cycle and use that at the same time. So it'll go back and forth between the other colors on these settings while changing colors. I'm actually really impressed with how the software is laid out and how it's working with this. Okay, so that was a close-up of the Cooler Master control software. I wanted to make sure you guys got a look at that. So if you are in the situation where you have a motherboard that does not have the software or the capability of controlling your RGB, the Cooler Master control software can take care of all of that for you. One last thing I wanted to mention was this is an i5 5600. It's not overclockable. The temps I'm getting are right around like 30 degrees Celsius, and that's usually an average temp for, you know, non-crazy load, but, you know, average around 75, 80 degrees outside here in the shop, and it's staying around 30, 35 degrees Celsius under, you know, random software use and things like that. It's performing as expected for a single 120 120 Slim all-in-one cooler. Very happy with it. It's going to be great for testing out all the hardware that I'm going to be going through here and doing these review videos for you guys. That's most likely what I'm going to do here. So that's going to wrap up the video for the Cooler Master Liquid Light 120 millimeter and Cooler Master fans, the air balance and airflow fans. Huge shout out to Cooler Master for the support on this project and for the hardware. Jim here from Clockwork Industries, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.